conditions were awful. And what are you going to do? We've been through that all spring pretty much for the most part, so that's the way it goes. You know, I mean, there's still a ton of work to do offensively, but David was fabulous, and Buddy picked up where he left off last night, and we need to get JR going, so great to see him finish that thing up.
Most of the guys threw well today. Did you see any changes in the way they were throwing due to the conditions?
No, I don't think condition-wise, but Martinez had as good of split finger pitch as we've seen from him. He likes to use it, but it hasn't been near that effective. You're always worried about cooler weather, guys getting a grip on the ball to make all their off-speed pitches, but particularly that one. And he obviously had a really good feel and got a lot of outs, especially in the first 4 innings with it. He was excellent, so I think that made his day for me. And he threw strikes and did what he needed to do, but he used that pitch very, very effectively. JR's working on his break and stuff. I think he threw 1 fastball in his 2 hitters. The work continues, and it worked very well for him. And Buddy, you know, Buddy mixes and matches. He had such a good outing last night against the tougher part of their order, and the matchups were such that I thought give him the 8th and let JR try and finish it. So sometimes it works out the way you draw it up.
And then Walker comes up with the lone run, his
yeah,
homer.
You know, we're going to see that from Walker. You know, we like to have had a couple guys on base when that happened, but that wasn't the case. So, yeah, and, you know, kept swinging a little bit better, little by little, trying to get the kids going and get some of the veterans to do their thing as well.
I was a little surprised you kept Buddy in there against Judge in there in the 9th.
Well, you know, it's funny, and I know Aaron very well, having worked for the Yankees a couple years ago, and, you know, he hasn't swung the bat as well against left-handers as he has in the past this year. In fact, he's really struggled. That combined with the way Buddy faced him last night, and it's funny, you know, if you've got a left-handed slider guy facing good right-handed hitters, I'm more nervous. The curveball is a tough pitch for a lot of right-handed hitters, and you know he used that effectively to get ahead of him real quick, and then was able to finish him off. But it's an odd matchup, probably, as you're sitting there going, "What's he doing?" But I would not have second-guessed myself at all, and he couldn't beat us on top of everything else, and we had a left-hander, a very good hitter next, and I wanted a left-hander to face Heathcock, so that's kind of the way, and I didn't want Swisher to beat us right-handed. And that was the way the whole thing's set up. He's swinging, he always has swung the bat better right-handed to me, but lately he's really been a lot better right-handed. So, you know, you make those decisions on paper, and you hope the guys execute, and they did.
Just talk about this week. Pretty tumultuous.
Yeah, up and down. I mean, you know, we go through a 5-game losing streak, and we play okay in Buffalo, and then it was just a bad night for the doubleheader. But that's the thing about this game. I mean, this stuff can turn around in a hurry, and it doesn't always. But and it doesn't always turn around with an 8-0 win. You know, sometimes you got to fight it out like today and find a way to win it. As my pitching coach is so fond of saying, sometimes you got to throw a shutout to win. Never more apropos than today. But you know, we're still grinding through the early part of the season, and God, I hate that word grinding, but anyway, everybody uses it. And you know, as I say, as things warm up, I hope the offense will warm up. I think we've got, you know, we lost 3 starters, but the guys have picked up the slack pretty good.
And now you go on the road for the next 7 games
Yeah,
before coming home for 7 games.
Yeah, real good test, and you know, we haven't seen Syracuse, so we're getting to know them just research-wise, and we have seen Pawtucket, so you know, never easy on the road, but we'll see how it goes.
A little bit of a base running error by Buxton.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, there's an old thing, speed kills in this game, and sometimes it can work against you. And you know, he gets, and you can't get him once he gets started. You can't get him stopped. So you know, he just didn't read the ball quite as well as he should have. You know, kept getting picked off last night. These are young mistakes. They got to get stopped, and they will. But fortunately, it didn't hurt us.
What have you seen on him in the first week?
Who, Bucks?
Yeah.
Oh, I just think, you know, I think more than anything, he needs to play. He needs to play at this level and build a foundation that will allow him to succeed at the next level. You know, they work day and night on his swing, on everybody's swing, not just Bucks, but everybody's. I mean, they spend time and time, and I think for me right now, combining that with better knowledge of the strike zone, figuring out where you're good as an offensive player in the strike zone. And, laying off pitches, try to eliminate as many pitches as you can per at bat where you put yourself in the hole, whether it's chasing a breaking ball, whether it's swinging an elevated fastball. I think once he figures that out and starts identifying stuff, and that could be said for just about anybody, then we'll see the kind of player he can be.
Thank you.
Okay.